good. It's good. Did you take some time this morning to get into your body and just remember that you're, just particles of the infinite, that, it's trapped in this meat suit on the crested rim of a fireball, shooting through the infinite? Like, you're just kind of having a human experience. Can we take a little pressure off, please? Like, just take some pressure off. I know and this is a lesson for myself as well. I'm excited about, I've been going back and watching my videos from a year ago, and they're actually like somewhat applicable for things that people in my life are going through. And it's kind of getting used to your life being something that you love and not something that you're constantly like chasing the dragon. And it can be, I'm using the term difficult. It can be difficult at first to get used to, this feeling of like being retired, basically. And I know different channelers and different people have talked about it. And it's this mentality of like I know I'm a nana. I'm an old soul. And, my inner soul mama, she's just this grandma that, knows what's happening, what's going to happen, and is just literally waiting, just for everyone. Just come to my bosom, come to me, and I will hold you and support you through this process of ascension or growth or, whatever transformation you're going through from A to B. Like, let me hold your hand and make you feel better, because on the other side it's kind of awesome, but at the same time it has so many, let me rephrase, everything that you were told, that you were taught about, that hustler's mentality, this is what, success looks like. You do this, you go A, B, C, D, then you get E, and then you have this, and then that's life, and that's how it's going to go. And that's how you'll know at the end of that process, you'll be successful, and you'll feel successful, and you'll feel great. But when we actually get there, we recognize that it's hollow, and that it's this spiral that's going up. We've completed no processes. We've not celebrated our wins. We've not taken a rest to really acknowledge where we are and what we're doing and how we're growing and ascending. We've done nothing. We're just continuing a spiral. And it was about a year ago. I remember some incredible advice that I was given when I decided to step out of the 9-to-5 job was to celebrate. Celebrate. I've talked about this before numerous times throughout the past year. Take some time to celebrate. Take some time to celebrate. Think of it as, we love process. I'm such a process person, so I think that this can be applicable. I love to know where I am in a process from A to Z, so I can, make my part of it super efficient and, see who's on the front and who's in the back, and just like, how can I be helpful? Make this all work. If we look at our lives and, a win, like completing a course, or, deciding to not go back to the 9-to-5, or creating something that you really love, whether it be a piece of art or, a song that you're really proud of, or, maybe you wrote a poem that you really like. How can we find completion to that process so we can celebrate it? And I had this image to myself of like, you draw a circle, you have this circle. That circle is complete. It can be whatever you want it to be. You could take it, you could put it on a shelf, you can look at it, you could be proud of it, you can turn it into a sphere, anything you want, because it's a complete entity, that circle. If we don't give ourselves the completion to celebrate the process, start it and then finish it. Finishing is also a part of the process. You finished it, it's done, you did it. So if we don't complete a process, celebrate, stop, pause, look at it as a completed thing, then it's a spiral. And that spiral can either go up or that spiral can go down. Matters not. but there's no end to that spiral. That spiral is not sustainable. If you constantly keep working and working and working and working and working and working and working, you're eventually going to crash and burn, and you're eventually going to just need to rest. If you keep working and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and you just keep looking up and up and up, and then there's no goal, there's no, success having a different type of meaning to you, then that is still going to go up and up and up. You could succeed in all these different ways, but it's hollow because you have nothing that you're actually working for. You're just working to work. Just working to work. And when you recognize that that's not in any, however, whatever you understand of ascension, of the matrix, of even if this is, just leadership language for you, like, you can't continue to go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. You eventually have to stop and pause and rest. You have to have a rest day when you're exercising. You could work out 6 days a week, but one day you rest. Even if it's one day, even if it's just one day that you rest, it's just not sustainable. It's not possible. It's not meant to be. Never was meant to be. So one thing that I, have tried to rename right now is, what does success mean to me? And what does that look like? And what does that feel like? Because I've had the title, I've had the job, I've had all of the things that I had originally thought meant success. And that wasn't sustainable. And it brought me some joy. But then when I was by myself, I was always like, okay, let me go do something. I gotta do something. I gotta help this person. I gotta do this. And there was no breath. There was no time. There was no respite on the in-between because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. That success, that feeling of I did it, wasn't real. So the exercise that I've been doing, and I invite every single one of you to do the same, is to redefine what success looks like and what it feels like. And, we always think, we're working towards, retirement, or working towards this end, or working towards this feeling of, freedom or security or financial abundance. Whatever that looks like, define it. Define it. Say, this is what I'm really working towards, what I really want. And, success for me right now is it's super very straightforward. I am really, freedom used to mean I'm able to travel, I'm able to go places, I'm able to do all these things. And I didn't care so much of what the beginning and the end looked like. Now, having that homestead, having that place that's mine, and that I feel safe, and that I feel I don't have to run, I don't have to go, how do I say? I'm able to give myself the capacity to have my home and travel and have a safe place to come back to. So no matter where I go, inside, outside, whether it be physically traveling or, astral traveling, mentally, emotionally traveling, meditation traveling, wherever it is, I have my safe space to come home to. That's what I'm working on right now. And success to me means finishing a project or two. I can have all different things going at all times. Art is ever expanding and ever growing and ever changing, and it doesn't have to be what we manipulate it to be. But for myself, what success means to me is finishing something from A to Z. So I'm looking at how I can incorporate that into my everyday life, how I can, feel great at the end of each day, even if they don't look like what they used to look like. It can look like whatever you want it to look like. With those infinite possibilities, sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed. What do you mean it can be that good? What do you mean it can be this fantastic? What do you mean I can do whatever I want and get paid for it? You can. So baby steps slowly into that realization, and redefine for yourself, for your heart, for your head, for your gut. What does success mean to you? What does that feeling look like? And don't forget to celebrate when you have wins, when you have successes, when you have completions. Pause and look at how far you've come. Even in this moment, in this breath, you've come so far. Nothing has stopped you. Nothing has slowed you down. Nothing has killed you. Anything that life has thrown at you that has knocked you down, you got right back up again. So celebrate you today. Celebrate the wins and redefine success. I love you.